church, I mean a univocal church, that's every denomination. If the church would get together in prayers, God calls them, we can fix this land. We want to sit up in our air conditions with all the ambience of beauty. And right around the corner, there are some people who even don't know where the church is. They don't hear from God because no one in the house to tell them about God. The church should be out in the field. That's where the church ought to be. The true church should be in the field, knocking on doors, leading people to Christ. That's what God said. God said, we have left our duties undone. That's why our children are acting the way they're acting. And no amount of paid psychologists or research can fix it, but God. So I believe in training. I believe in research. I believe in reading what the psychologist and the psychiatrist says. I believe in it. It's good reading. And when I was in school and when I came back from school, I thought I had it all down. Because when I've been trained that this is the way it's supposed to work. But I soon found out that all of the trainings down through history, the world is getting progressively worse. Oh, good God, you all missing this. You all missing this. With all the training, with all research, the world in general is getting progressively worse. Our children are getting worse and worse every year. Every generation is breeding a worse generation. And we have more research. You see, the enemy will keep us researching and researching while the world is going to hell. We need to say, no, let's bring God in the midst of this. I call the counselors to stand just now. The Spirit of the Lord led me to do that. So when they would have gone back to remember, when they're dealing with little Johnny and little Susie who don't understand, in the midst of training them, speak Christ into their spirit. Speak Christ into their spirit. Speak Christ in the spirit. You see, there's something about Jesus, man. There's something about Jesus that will soothe their raving spirits. So if my people, those who are called, do what they ought to do, I will fix the land. Now, there was ample evidence in Micah's day that evil was winning over good. Where good and godly people ought to be, there were evil and murderous people. Haven't you noticed that in the country? It seems that those who don't know the Lord just going ahead. And those who are praying, those who know God seem to be just stagnant. Sometimes the enemy will make you believe that you're fighting in a losing battle. And then what we do, we throw up our hands and say, this is enough. I might as well do as they do. Yeah, what Micah said in verse 2. He said, all of them lie in ambush for blood. They were willing to commit murder if need be to get what they wanted. Greed and lust was such that people would kill their own if the price was right. Wait a minute. Is this Micah or is this the Tribune? Doesn't it sound like our country today? Where there is no regard for human lives? Men are becoming blood-letting hound dogs who lie in wait to kill. Micah then zooms in on the leaders of the people in verse 3. These leaders were evil to the core. They were not given even casual in their evil deeds. They sold justice openly without shame. They were so willing to do anything wrong that they went public with their news that they could be bought. In other words, they were advertising. They were advertising, I'm in charge now. Whatever you need, you have the price, you can get it. But watch this. Not only was these people wicked and out of order, but Micah says in that same verse that there was no righteousness among families and friends. Put verse 5 and 6 up on the board or look to your Bibles. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. I see something here. Not only were the leaders of the land wicked, crooked, but the people, family members. Well, let's look at verse 5. He said, trust not in your friend. Don't put no confidence in your friend. Lordy, Lordy. Your friends will mess you up. Pick up, ladies. Look at me. Look at me. All ladies, pick up. What he says next, I really think this for ladies. Wait. Keep the doors of your mouth from hard out. Lie in your bosom.